What a difference an off-season can make. With hundreds of millions being spent, can AC Milan realistically challenge for the Scudetto this season? It's a new-look team for Vincenzo Montella thanks to the funding that's come in from the Rossoneri's new Chinese owners. And when you consider what the former striker was able to do with somewhat of a limited squad and a substantial amount of injuries last season, there's a lot of reasons to be excited about what he could do with this revamped squad. They of course have been strengthened in all areas of the pitch, starting in defence with Gianluigi Donnarumma re-signing after that little mini saga, which bodes well for their long-term future if he can stay with the club now. And that was shortly followed by the shock news of Leonardo Bonucci coming from Juventus for around €30 million, which arguably was one of the best signings this entire transfer window, given that he has been arguably one of the best centre-backs in the world in recent seasons. He comes in with an incredible amount of Serie A experience and winning mentality. He's going to come in as their captain, and his leadership in itself will be invaluable to Montella's team. So him partnering with Alessio Romagnoli could be an incredibly strong partnership for the next 4 to 5 years. Andrea Conti comes in on the right hand side, and we are all generally pretty familiar with his abilities from Atalanta in not only defending but going forward and providing for his forwards. Now, one defender that's probably slipped under the radar a bit is Matteo Musacchio, who comes in from Villarreal. Now, he was an integral part in the best defence in La Liga last season. That is, Villarreal conceded less goals than Barcelona and Real Madrid. So to have someone like that as possibly as a backup in central defence provides pretty strong depth for that club, given where they were at in their centre-back positions last season. So a lot of positive news there. Moving to the midfield, we have another 2 Serie A signings in Franck Kessie from Atalanta and Lucas Biglia from Lazio, and the two somewhat complement each other. One in Biglia being that experienced midfield head, having that maturity to be able to control the midfield and keep things as stable as possible, something that the Milan midfield has no doubt been lacking in recent seasons. And then you have Franck Kessie, who is someone with a strong presence, who can move forward with the ball, can dribble, and can create opportunities both for others but also himself, even from outside the box, with his ability to strike the ball quite sweetly. So they're another 2 smart purchases, which makes that Milan midfielder a lot more attractive than it has been in recent seasons. Another one that, again, hasn't necessarily made the headlines, though provides a lot of promising aspects, is Hakan Çalhanoğlu from Bayer Leverkusen. He is a free kick specialist, firstly, so provides that aspect to his game, but he's very flexible in that he can drift between the midfield positions and attacking forward position, basically. So it provides a lot of options for a lot of different formations that Montella might want to use, and certainly can create linking that midfield to the attack, which is another possible area which Milan has lacked. And then up front, we've seen Milan already invest €38 million in a 21-year-old, although an exciting one, in Andre Silva, who had somewhat of a breakout season with Porto, scoring 21 goals in all competitions, including in the Champions League. So he has that experience already, as well as with the Portuguese national team. Hugely promising talent in the football world, so it'll be very exciting to see what he could do in Serie A this season. And of course, we've heard a lot of rumours, but there is possibly still the potential that they might splurge on another big name striker. So we're still waiting to see what happens there, but certainly a lot of excitement around this Milan squad. The biggest strength for this team has to be that defense now, which seems crazy given the last couple seasons the state of it. But with Bonucci coming in, he makes such a huge difference. As I mentioned before, he will lead this defense. And with Alessio Romagnoli, who is, I guess, one of the leaders of the next generations of defense, that is going to be one of their biggest strengths. And potentially in 1 or 2 seasons, has every potential to be the best defense in Serie A. So very exciting times. As far as the weakness goes, it would have to be attack, at least at this point, in that there is somewhat of a lack of Serie A experience. So we haven't necessarily seen anyone brought in who has that known ability to score goals in Serie A. So we will be waiting to see what happens there, but there's no doubt that they have the ability to defend and control a game. It's just a matter of whether they can finish the job off up front. There's no doubt with the amount that's being spent, Champions League qualification is a must. And to be honest, there's no reason why Montella shouldn't be able to achieve this at the very least. There is definitely enough talent there to push for a Scudetto. Not to say that they will this season. Of course, they need time to be able to develop, to form combinations, and to learn to play for one another. And that's most certainly going to be Montella's biggest challenge with this new squad. So, where will the Rossoneri finish? Do you believe Montella could possibly surprise us and get this team working quicker than a lot of us think? Or will they need that couple years to see the true potential of the squad? Let us know in the comments below. Of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're very excited to get the new season underway, which means we'll have a lot more content coming out. So follow our videos and follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, and support us on Patreon. That's it from me. Until next time, ciao.